All right, let's talk about a feature in Business Central that, I'll be honest, can feel a little intimidating at first. It's called Dimensions. But stick with me because this is one of the most powerful tools you can possibly master. It's basically like giving your business data a superpower. But before we get into the nuts and bolts, let me ask you something. What's hiding in your company's data right now? I mean, what's that one critical question you just can't seem to answer easily? Every single business has a blind spot. And today, we're going to learn how to shine a massive spotlight right on it. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to start with a real-world business puzzle. Then I'll introduce you to this simple idea of dimensions as super tags for your data. We'll see how to build the analysis engine, what kinds of incredible insights you can unlock, and finally, why this is a game changer for literally any business. Okay, let's kick things off with a story. It's about a wine distribution company, and their problem is just a perfect example of what we're talking about today. And I have a feeling it's going to sound pretty familiar to a lot of you. So this was not some simple little shop. They were juggling a ton of variables. They were importing wine from all over the world. France, Spain, Chile. They were working with dozens of different wineries and brands. And they sold through all kinds of channels. I'm talking everything from Walmart to small hotels and restaurants. And that's not even getting into the wine itself. Red, white, different grapes, different bottle sizes. It was a massive, tangled web of data. So naturally, the big boss comes in and asks what sounds like a simple question. Hey, how many boxes did we sell, broken down by winery, by brand, by grape, by type, and by customer channel? Trying to answer that with their old system, it was an absolute nightmare. That was the puzzle they had to solve. So, what was the answer? Was it some crazy expensive custom software? Nope. It was a core feature of their system, built on an idea so simple and so brilliant that it changes absolutely everything. So let's get right to it. What in the world is a dimension? Honestly, the best way to think about it is just as a tag. That's it. It's a label, a tag you can stick on to any transaction you make, a sale, a purchase, an expense, whatever. It's like a super tag for your data. And this is where the magic happens. Think about one single sale. Instead of just recording, $50, you also add a tag for red wine, a tag for Chile as the country of origin, and another tag for hotel as the channel. All of a sudden, that one sale isn't just a number anymore. It's a rich piece of smart, filterable data. Okay, but you can't just go around tagging things randomly. The real power here comes from designing your tags, your dimensions, thoughtfully. You have to build them based on the exact questions you need your business to answer. So for our wine company, they created these specific groups. For anything related to the product, they could tag the color and type. For origin, they could tag it as Old World or New World, and then get even more specific with country and brand. And for the customer, they tagged the sales channel, getting super granular with terms like on-trade for restaurants and bars versus off-trade for retail stores. Now, there's a quick technical detail that's pretty important. Business Central gives you two main types of dimensions. You get two global dimensions. Think of these as your VIPs. They get stored right on your core financial records, so they're always there for big picture analysis, like what department something belongs to. Then you get 6 shortcut dimensions, which are perfect for more specific, detailed analysis, like tagging everything to one particular project. So how did our wine company put this into practice? Well, they made Cost Center, which is basically their different departments or branches, their first global dimension, their first VIP. And their second VIP was product, with all those rich categories we just looked at. Everything else, the country, the specific brand, those became their shortcut dimensions. All right, so all the setup is done, the tags are designed, they're being used. Now for the good part. This is the payoff. This is where you stop just collecting data and you start getting real, actionable intelligence from it. And wow, this slide really says it all. Before, they could pull a report for total sales. Yeah, kind of useful, but that's about it. After dimensions, they could instantly run a report on red varietal sales from one specific Chilean brand sold only in hotels during the fourth quarter. I mean, the difference in detail is just night and day. This just opens up a completely new universe of analysis. I mean, think about it. With just a few clicks, what kinds of questions could they finally start asking? Well, for starters, they could find out which sales channel is the absolute best for selling their New World wines. They could see exactly how many bottles of a certain brand were sold in bars compared to retail stores. They could spot seasonal trends, like when they sell the most sparkling wine. And maybe the most important question of all,
they could finally see the real profit margin on their Chilean wines versus their French wines. This is the kind of stuff that lets you make smart decisions.
And here's what that looks like. You can build these views to instantly see your sales price, your cost, and your profit, filtered for just one slice of your business. In this case, all New World wines. It's clean, it's visual, it's right there. You're not guessing anymore. You know your numbers inside and out.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. Okay, this is great for a company that sells wine. But the real beauty of this whole thing is that it's a truly universal tool. This is not just for sales analysis. The whole idea of tagging your data applies to literally any transaction you can think of. You can use this to track expenses, revenue from services, costs on a project, you name it. Let's take a super simple example. Say your company buys some office supplies. You post that expense. But now you also add a cost center tag for the marketing department. If you do that consistently for all marketing expenses, you can, at any time, instantly run a full profit and loss statement for just the marketing department. It is that simple and that powerful.
And really, the possibilities are endless. If you're a service company, you can tag sales by the type of service you provided. If you're project-based, you can tag every single dollar of revenue and cost to a specific job. You can even tag transactions by salesperson to track their performance, or by a specific branch to get a P&L for each of your locations.
So how do you make sure people actually use the tags? There's a brilliant little setting for that called Code Mandatory. You can set it up so that for certain things, like, say, travel expenses, a user literally cannot post the transaction unless they add the required department tag first. It's a simple gatekeeper that ensures your data is always clean and your analysis is always accurate.
And this quote really brings it all home. When you spend enough time in the dimension design, you get one of the most powerful tools in the ERP market for data analysis. It's not about the tech itself, it's about the thought you put into it upfront. That's what makes all the difference. And that brings us full circle. When you tag your data properly, you're giving it a voice. You're finally letting it tell you its stories. So, the question I want to leave you with is this. What hidden stories about profit, loss, and incredible opportunities could your business data be telling you right now?